Good morning, or afternoon, or evening, depending on if you're not watching this live. Oh, for anyone who doesn't know, I'm Sandy from Lolly and Sand, and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Canada. And, I'm just really excited to, well, one, be back in Canada. Trip to Orlando for onstage conference was wonderful. Let me just adjust this because my camera's goofy. Everything got moved. Bad me, bad me. I think that's better, I don't know. Anyway, this, if you haven't seen already, and I'm pretty sure I posted it here, there's a picture of the Canadian contingency, or I don't know if everyone was there, but it was pretty packed inside the Orlando Convention Center, which, by the way, is the largest convention center in the United States. That's what they told us. And it's and we're on the stairs, and there's a whole bunch of us, and we're all wearing red and white. And at one point, it was so emotional and so unexpected, people started breaking into "Oh Canada." There were French people there as well, of course. I'm sorry, there were people from Quebec there as well, and they were singing in French, and then you have the people singing in English, and then you have people like me that don't remember all the words because some of them changed. That's not the least bit embarrassing, but I've been out of school for a long time, so I forgive myself. Anyway, it was so emotional and so beautiful, but I do believe I posted the picture here on my my business page. So you want to take a look at that. It was pretty spectacular. Anyway, under here's a bunch of things we're going to talk about, and then get right to the card. I did survive my airplane ride, although I don't remember it on the way down because I took one teensy little Ativan that was prescribed to me by my doctor for nervous flyers. And yeah, I don't remember much. You know, I was kind of in, out, but apparently I was mostly out of it. So when we landed in Toronto, knowing that I would have to drive home, I couldn't take anything. And I'm like, wow, this trip's really bumpy to my fellow flyer, Jennifer. And I went in the landing. This was a rough landing. She looked at me and I went, oh, I slept through the landing, didn't I? Yeah, apparently. So it was kind of funny. Anyway, so when we arrived for registration, we had this big box, which is a little bit too big to show you here, but this big box of goodies. And I'm not going to show you everything right now. I'm going to tease you over the next month and a half until we get to the when the celebration and occasions catalogs go live, January 5th, I believe it is. So I will tease you with some stuff. Anyway, so a bone folder, and you're like, yeah, whatever, but it's center stage. So I haven't used it. I just took it out of the package today. When we read that Canadian contingency photo up, they handed out things for people to hold with like little maple leaves and hearts, and I got a scarf, which I thought was kind of cool because you could wave it and you could attach it to your purse or the bag or whatever, you know. So it was just kind of cool to have. There, we're getting closer, aren't we? There we go. Stop teasing. Okay, so first things first, when you share my video, your name goes into a ballot for a month-end draw that I do. The prize, pardon me, the prize this month is the Simply Chamois. This is how you clean your blocks, and it works, and it's beautiful. And it's not going to look like this. I'll show you what mine looks like after. Anyone who's watched my videos, you're going to see mine, and it's like, it looks pretty gross, but the color does not transfer back. So this is a really nice prize to win. The one thing I did want to say is when you share my video, whether you're watching me on YouTube or whether you're watching me here on Facebook, or maybe even, I don't even know, I'm all over the place, but those two places, you get one ballot. And I do videos twice a week. So you can share Tuesday's video, you can share Friday's video, and the same thing the next week. Next week you get ballot for all that. When you place an order, you get, I forget, 2 or 3. I can't remember. I think it was 3 ballots. I think it was 3. You know what? I'll have to check that. But regardless, you get more ballots, which is kind of cool. So it's a good thing. All right. So when I got home, I know we're having a wee bit of a postal strike here, but I had some mail waiting for me. And won't open it up all the way, but because I promoted, I got this. Open up some of it. Whoop, there we go. That's the noise it makes when you open them up. This is a my very own Stampin' Up! Apron for when I'm stamping and going to events and such, and with my name on it, which I had no idea that was coming. And it was a package that had arrived last week, and my daughter was just itching to find out what was in it. So anyway, and this cute little card. And I love little cards because they're absolutely perfect for stuff like this. On behalf of Stampin' Up! Canada, it's my privilege to congratulate you on your advancement to Silver Elite. Please accept this gift in recognition of this significant achievement. Now, Dale Hampshire is, he was awesome. Awesome. He is our manager of Canada's, our Canadian manager for Stampin' Up! And, oh my gosh, his presentation had me in stitches. He was funny, and just a super nice, super wonderful human being. So I was pretty, I was honored actually to get that, because like I don't really have expectations. Like, you know, you get stuff, you get stuff. If you don't, you don't. Anyway, introducing, this is new. This is new. Which is so cool. Cling stamps. Do you know, like I'll show you one of mine. There we go. This is just one of our regular red rubber stamps. And I didn't put the label on because it sticks better to the blocks without the labels. So we are keeping these, by the way. Oh no, we're not. I said that wrong. No, they're changing to cling mount. We're still going to have the photopolymer, which are these guys. The cling, with the cling, and they will be coming out, well actually you'll see them in January. I just noticed one of my stamp pads isn't closed, and that's bugging me. Just a sec. Close them all the way, and that's what you're supposed to do. Because I was at the convention, I did get cling stamps, which is yay. And these ones you will be putting the labels on. Now, more to come on that, but this is exciting. So there will not be wood stamps other than background, the big background stamps, you know those ones. But if you're using your Stamparatus, you've got that big plate anyway, and you don't need the wood. So cool. This is huge. But the wood will be available until the end of the catalog, which ends May 31st, I believe. Yeah, so it's very exciting. This is so cool. They're gonna stick. They do stick, and it's fabulous. So little teaser there for you. Okay, let's bring in some grid paper with the little, I shouldn't say the little, with the little grid. And the card that we'll be making. Actually, I'll show you the stamp sets. I'm going to keep, for this particular video, like it said in my feature of the week. You notice it didn't say product of the week. This one says feature of the week because the feature is simple stamping. Let's bring it back to basics. Not everyone out there is an avid stamper where you're stamping every day and you know tons of techniques and cool stuff. Let's just bring her down a few notches and do some simple stamping. So, I'm not using any Big Shot, and I'm not using any, so no embossing folders, no dies, straight stamping, and some punches. Cool, huh? So this is Dashing Deer, a truly wonderful set, and it's from the holiday catalog. We're going to use this little guy. I really like that. I love the little flourish like antlers. Well, here they are in large on that one. So I like that. And then I wanted this particular sentiment right here. Merry Christmas. So Beautiful Baubles. I've already got them on the block, so we don't have to do that. So let's show you the card. Like I said, super simple. And provided I've got all my supplies out, it's all good. I was a little tired. You know, it was a 2-hour flight, but you know, you're up earlier than you want to be. You're a little stressed out because you're going through, well, it's always like not the fear of, but it's kind of like the fear of the unknown. You know, like, where do we go? What do we do? What's this machine? I don't talk to a human being. You know, push these buttons. It's not, here's my passport. Why isn't it working? Oops, do it this way, you know. I'm not technically challenged. I'm really a little bit okay. But I did put the batteries, the rechargeable batteries, back into my big light here on the right-hand side. So I'm very proud of myself for that. That's a joke in my family. Okay, here's the card. We have I'll give you the measurements at the end. I'll post them, let's say. So if you're on YouTube, you might not see the measurements, but that's okay. That's okay. It's a standard base. And I've used the wood Textures DSP. It's in the annual catalog. There's so many different patterns and lightness and darkness that I love this. So would I call this your typical masculine card? Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Because I did add a pearlized doily here and some gold thread. I think, let's move that up a bit so you can see that. I have to wait for my, you know, the leg. But anyway, there's the gold thread there, which I am making myself use because it is not difficult. Not difficult. Just a nice little touch, and it does add a little bit of glimmer to the card. So I'll keep that handy for my for myself. I woke up this morning like, what day is it? What day is it? Wait, what time is it? That's better. It was early because the puppy was barking. Actually, let's put it right here so you can see it at the same time. That's very considerate. All right, the base of the card right here. And the goodies. I'm going to do an inside on it as well of the card, which I didn't on this one. And I'm keeping it kind of rustic. And this is also from Wood Textures DSP. Little bit of gluing. Let's just get some of the gluing out of the way. Ooh, I love when I have my computer beside me because the vent is right on the side and it heats up my glue. The liquid, am I doing that on? I don't even know. There. Now one thing, wow, someone's gone a little wonky. You only need a thin bead. I'm going to show you something thick. And this is what I'm going to say. Don't do this. So when I say thin bead, waiting for it to catch up, it won't. That means this. You're a delicate little flower, right? That does not mean this is not what you want. So as a part of simple stamping, I'm going to give you some hints and tricks that are going to make your stamping a whole lot less gushy like this, and you're going to have a lot more success. Now, one moment while I cut that off, because I do not want to glue anything here, not my table, not myself. Let's cut that off. Oh, by the way, did you notice Stampin' Up on my cuff? It's when we registered for the for on stage. I have to glue that again because I took too long. There, stop talking, Sandy. Get her down. We were able to purchase some logo wear, and they said the conference center was going to be really cold, and I did have my big honkin' Canadian. Getting her straight. I'm going to show you how I did that too. I had my Canadian heavy duty wear on the airplane, wear when I got back because there was a little bit of snow on the ground, sweatshirt, and I thought that'd be too warm and heavy. Like, it's heavy as in to carry heavy. Now, with this being simple stamping, let me go back and show you how I glued that. You saw me put the layer on of the thin line rather of glue. Now this is a little bit smaller than the outside, so I'm going to show you this. We're going to use our pretend crafter here again. So it is glued, and before you glue it, I want you to look at it like you would with this piece and say, this is not a full size, and figure out top and bottom. Now, again, not the same, so this is not my best example. And figure out how wide the border is, because this one's this is just 1/8 of an inch. So we're going to pretend this was 1/8 of an inch. When I first lay down my layer, I always do it from this outside edge, not here, not this edge. This isn't as like it's 2 layers at that point, right? And if you flatten it out, you miss that score line, the fold. You're not necessarily going to want to do it that way. So we're pretending. So don't look at these edges. When you know that when you've cut it, you know all the edges are 1/8 of an inch away from the layer to the base. When you lay it down, you're going to eyeball it and go, that looks good. Pretending again that that's the same size, which it isn't. Same size paper as the front. And then, because you're using the liquid multi-purpose glue, the Tombow, you have some wiggle time. So if you went kind of, I'm going to exaggerate this for the camera. If you're a little bit off, don't be that much off. If you're just a little bit off, you have wiggle time then to reposition and get it where you want, which is what I did here. Okay, ta-da! I will do that slower next time. Simple stamping. I always have to remember, just bring her down a couple notches. Okay, I'm not gluing this on yet. I'm going to assemble everything first, and I'll show you why. Okay, and bring in the punch. You can see I was practicing yesterday. What you can't see is that in practicing, I kind of went like this. And if you can see, I'm going to exaggerate that. I was away from the edge. Okay, I do it too. We're human. So for this, I'm just going to avoid where that circle was and holding it upside down, punch. And it will pop out just like that. Okay, we don't need that right now. And I don't need the punch. I should have showed you how to open it. Okay, this is the closed punch. Flip it over. You see this little tab. Use your thumbs. Pull it towards you or away, depending on which way you're holding. And there you go. You put the paper in opposite to where this is and then center it and punch. It's important. I didn't really have to do that upside down, but because the paper, I'll show you, because my paper already had some circles, starburst punch, by the way, circles punched, I wanted to avoid them. So using it upside down shows you, it helps to guide you where you want it to go. I do want to caution you, when you're stamping, do not have your fingers, or punching, I always do that. When you're punching, don't have your fingers off to the side because you will pinch yourself. Okay? It's a punch. It will pinch. I have only done it, if you do it once, you'll never do it again. Let's put it that way. And look, I survived. There's no damage. Okay, so we have that piece and that piece. And I do need some more space here, so everybody off to the sides. That's my inside piece. This is more of the same paper. The stamp set. The Wood Textures DSP. It's 6x6, and you get a whole bunch of it. Alrighty. So for this, I know I'm going to punch it out with my 1 3/4 inch punch. So I want to choose, like, I don't want to necessarily put it up here. That might be a little too woodsy. And I want you to be able to, I want the recipient and myself, I want to be able to see the, I want to be able to see the deer. So I'm going to go right here. This my paper bent. That was my bad. I know from practicing yesterday that the legs are going to get cut off. So with this one, just going to hold it down. Now our punches are now they're not stamps and they're not blocks, they're punches. Okay, so our blocks are really cool. I love these because there's an edge for you to grab onto, not like the real skinny ones that you might get elsewhere that disappoint because you have, got fingers. And if you have fingernails, especially, like we all have fingernails, that was dumb. I cracked myself up. because we have fingernails, what was I saying? Oh, good Lord. I have no recollection of what I was just saying. Because we have fingernails. Blah, 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 blah. Oh my good gracious. Okay, we'll skip that part. It'll come to me eventually. That's weird. Yep. Alrighty. So, again, opened up the punch, put the paper in. And again, I know this is going to get cut off because it's bigger than the image. And I kind of planned it that way. So what I do want is as much of the deer as possible. So up here, I am getting as close as I can. Now, I am not pressing down yet, but I have a grip on it. As you can see, I can't pull that out. And that's the trick to this. That's the trick to getting things lined up, is to be able to put just enough pressure, which is simple, trust me, is simple, and hold on to it. Too often I see, okay, I think I have it. Wait, no, I don't have it. And it's like, nope, nope, nope. Oh, I don't have it. I moved it. Oops. Or I moved, and it's not going to work for you. I'm telling you this all from experience. I have done this. So you get this, just the nicest little touch, and boom, you got it. Beautiful. Next, closing the punch again, fingers out of the way, press it, move your little tab over to the side. Ta-da! We are getting there. Let's set that out to the side. Actually, you know what? Let's do a little assembly. Okay, these two layers, which this is, did I say this Cherry Cobbler Red? Okay. Yeah. You know I love my circles, and you know why? Because if I happen to stamp crooked, it doesn't matter. You just, oh no, I stamped crooked. Oh, no, I didn't. Love that part. That's my absolute love. Love circles. Having said that, there are some awesome dies coming up in the Occasions catalog. And they may or may not be a stitched set of rectangles, which I have wanted for so long. So you can say happy camper. Yes, yes you can. All right, another thing I wanted to show you. Let's say I want to stamp the sentiment. I know I'm going to use a punch, and dang it if I don't remember the name of the punch. I wish it would say here. That might be a good suggestion, you know, to say, put the name of it on there so those of us who have terrible memories can remember. It's a real skinny one anyway. Let's go with that. Now, the piece of paper, I'll show you it two ways. This is how I did it yesterday. I wanted this particular paper. Since then, I found another piece, but I'm going to show you what I did. This won't fit in a punch all by itself. Actually, I'll show you what, let's show you what it would what would happen. Okay. It's all about showing you what's going on here. So this paper's about this big, right? Give or take. Now, I've just stamped my image. I'm so excited. And now I want to put it in the punch. And oh, rats, I can't grab onto it, which means I can't get it properly centered, which is not a good thing. So do keep your small pieces anyway, right? We're not paper wasters. Okay, this is my Cherry Cobbler. This is it's still a good one. It's the old style of stamp pad, as opposed to the new. And if you haven't seen the new, I'll show you that in a second. So I'm going to use this piece. Oh, duh. Let's get with it. What I did is, let's stick with the story, Sandy, is I took a couple little glue dots, put it on the paper. You could use washi tape as well. And I basically made what I like to call a little extended arm. So when I punch, I can hold on to this. Isn't that clever? I'd like to claim that as my own idea. I may have seen it before I actually did that, but it's kind of cool. I want to show you something. I only want Merry Christmas. What is on here is Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Now, this is not one that I have to do anything special to, like cover this part up with washi tape, and Happy New Year, because this punch is so skinny that it works without it. So I'm just going to punch that, oh my gosh, stamp that right at the edge, like so, and then come in with the punch. Now, I do want to show you something. This isn't as wide as the punch because I clipped it smaller. I'm going to show you how I did that. Alrighty, so I don't need Happy New Year, but what really is good about it, oh, that's my garage opening in case you hear a rumbling noise. Okay, is because Happy New Year is nice and straight, I was able to just go along the edge. Just want to make sure I've got it, of the words and Happy New Year, not punch them, punch down. Okay, now I purposely put that over to the edge so I didn't have to do this twice, but I will. Now I want the other end to have the pointy edge like this. Okay, so nifty little simple stamping technique. This is how you get more out of your punches. And of course my hands are cold. By the way, I'm all climatized. Let's do it with this hand. There we go. All you do is slide it back in, hang on to it, punch. Ta-da! And that little piece, there it is right there. That's all I got rid of. And again, ta-da! Alrighty. So for now, you know what? I don't need that right now. I don't need that. Okay, we are getting there. We're getting there. I can't believe I talked this long, considering it's, well, I was talking about Orlando. You know, it was like, it was exciting. We're going to bring out the gold thread. There's a ton on there. A ton. Not weight-wise. How we're going to stick this is not using the dimensionals, because they might not land right in that spot. They do work, but I'm just going to randomly put a few glue dots, which are on this roll, on the inside. You can't feel them out here, so you just go around the roll until you feel one, and actually I can see it because it's shiny. You can use your fingernails, you can use a pointy tool, you can use the take your pick tool. Fingernails work. They're a little bunched up, and that doesn't really matter. They wouldn't be if I was using a tool, which I have, but apparently I haven't gotten out. Okay, ready for the thread? Do not be intimidated. Hold on, let me close this. If you take a class in person, I will show you how to open both the cases, so you will not have an issue. There's no issue with them. Alrighty, so I'm going to just wrap the thread. I'm hanging on to the loose end. I'm just going to wrap the thread a few times around my fingers. And then, because there's no scissors, reach over myself into the drawer, no scissors handy, and just cut that end. Okay, easy peasy. And then just gather that up. Grab that little end there too. I know I want to kind of pinch it in the center like this one. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. Pinch it. If there's a loose end like this, I will get that once everything's on the card. I'm going to go this way. And whoop, and you will grab, you will bend to my will. There. It is attached. It's messy and it's fun. It doesn't have to be, you know, perfect loops. That's not what we're going for here. Oh, I already took those off. Can't take them off twice, apparently. Once is good enough. And then all I'm doing is adhering using the dimensionals, so it's popped up a little bit. Pop up your products, pop them up. These dimensionals are fabulous. They do not dry out like some others that are not from Stampin' Up. But yeah, pop them up. That takes a simple card up a notch. Alrighty. Now this, oh, and you know, if I was paying attention, I wanted it to go that way, but no biggie. By the way, when I glued that, I did not come out to the outer edge. It doesn't matter. That's not the part that sticks. Okay, so since I did that like that, I'll go that direction. I do see a loose end, And we'll just give him a little right there. It's funny, I couldn't really see that. Okay, I may adjust that just a little bit and put the Merry Christmas on this side. I think I will. Okay, now bring out your mini dimensionals. Pop them on the back. Actually, this is popped up already, okay? So all you want to do is pop up the one end. So I'll put 2. Come to Sandy. There we go. Take off the backs. There we go. Ta-da! And let's see. Now I like to eyeball it. Like, where do I want that? I would think I would like to go right about there. Now, all I need to do is make sure that it's straight. And it looks straight. Ta-da! Not done because, and where did I put them? They were right here a minute ago. What I didn't do is I didn't get out the, I did not get out the sentiment for the inside. So let's find one right now. That says Merry Christmas, and I like that. So let's go with, hope you find the beauty in the details of the season. I really like that. And by the looks of it, I haven't used it. Pshaw! What's that all about? Why would I not do that? I don't think I need my, I don't think I need my grid paper. I know what it's called. Alrighty. So I do want to encourage you, please, to share my video. Share. Even if you don't want in the draw, you're just helping out my teensy little business and getting the word out there. If you are, do I want to use this side? Yes, I do. Do I want to use it that way? No, I want to use it this way. If you are in the KW area, I do have a class on November 29th. It's about 2/3 full. So if you're interested, you need to let me know. And I'm going to put the name of my blog. Oh, isn't that pretty? The name of my blog up on this post after I'm done. I'll put it in the comments. Oh, nope, leave it open. There's one more little thing I want to add. It is a beginner's class, so I'm going to teach you some more stamping in person. You can read about it on my blog. I wanted to put, I've used this before. I love these because they're just cute and they stamp really pretty, as long as I don't. There we go. Like, that's so pretty. And there. How are we going to do this today? Let's do it. Let's do something a little different. Or not. Knowing me, or not. There. You have room up top. You have room at the bottom still for your sentiments. All right, let's close these again. Pull it out. Now, if you're making a purchase, the kind that you will be getting, this is the new style, which is really cool. They take up less space. They have little feet for stacking, like so. How cool is that? And hopefully I've done this. And what I did, because I do classes, is I have put you get labels on the back. I put them here, 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 because you're not going to believe what I did yesterday with this one. I stamped my brown, I'm sorry, this was early espresso that I stamped with. I didn't tell you that. I put it into my Cherry Cobbler. I did. And check this out. Right there, that's where the other label goes. So this opens like a compact. At first, it will be stiff. Okay, it's brand spanking new. Just be patient with it. Ba-doop. And then you don't want to break the hinges, right? And ta-da. When you close it, I grab, using, again, fingernails, pull it towards myself all the way. Don't go part way and then down, and then close it. Now, what I hadn't done was I had left my other color open just a tiniest little bit. So snap or shut. Snap. I am not going to finish this until I find what I'm looking for. I had them right here. But you know what? Time is of the essence, and your time is valuable. I respect that. So I have a solution. And I like to say there's a solution for every problem. Okay. Once again, a thin bead. You do not... There. You do not have to go all over the whole thing. You're sticking the outside of the card, the inside or the outside of the paper. All right. So, as mentioned, so I am looking here, here, and here to see where we're at. And then down it goes. I really like this paper with the Cherry Cobbler. Seriously. Seriously. One more look for what I'm looking for, and then when I don't find what I'm looking for, I will just show you. And then you take your I even took them out of the package too, and that might be the problem. You take your oh man, these are the red, they're not pearls, so that would make them sparkly dudes. And put that for the nose. So now you know who he is. You know he's Rudolph. Isn't that cute? Isn't that cute? Oh my gosh. I love that. So I'll show here's a good comparison. With the nose, without the nose. What do you prefer? Tell me, should I put the nose on this little guy or not? There we go. That is my video for the day. I will put up the November host code if you're placing an order. And I will see you again on Friday. Wait. I may have to change the time because my daughter and her broken leg. We're going back to the fracture clinic. And I think it's around the time of my video. I may have to adjust the time. I will let you know. Anyway, have a great week. And, oh, wait. I was going to show you how to clean the stamps. This is what this is going to look at. Like, you can clean this, okay? It won't. Ink will come out, but a lot of it will stay put and nothing bad happens. And all you do, this is wet. Put your stamp into it and you're done. It's clean. Boom. I love that. Do you love that? I do. Okay. I was going to say goodnight. Do you think someone's still a little tired? Good night and have a wonderful week. Have a wonderful week. I hope you like my cards. If you do, please like, and please feel free to follow me. I love that. Okay? I do love that. Thank you very much. Bye-bye for now.